Greetings comic book fans and welcome to Dude's Comic Haul. I'm Jason and this is my weekly video where I share with you the books I picked up this week on officially the best day of the week, New Comic Book Day. So this week, I thought it was going to be about 15 books. I used the Comixology app on my phone and that tells me every week how many books are coming out. The only downside to the app is that sometimes they'll add books on at the last minute. So like Sunday night when I was working out how much money I'd need, it said I had 15 books, and then I went on Tuesday to kind of add some books on there and take some books off, and I'd gone up to 17. They'd added in two books that they hadn't realised were coming out this week. So it ended up being 17 books, but then there was 2 books I wanted to try out, so it ended up being 19 books I picked up. I do think the 20-week book weeks are behind me. There's a lot of books that are finishing, and so I think there'll still be odd weeks that will be like 20 odd books, but I think they're going to be more manageable weeks. Yeah, I like my books. I love my books, and I could easily buy more than 20 a week, but it's just the whole thing of like the time it takes to read them, the space to store them, and the money to buy them. That's the triple threat that kind of stops me buying more books. But anywho, that's enough of me waffling on. Let's get into the books I picked up this week. It breaks down interest in this week. So I mentioned a couple of weeks ago about how I feel a little bit negative about Marvel at the moment, not liking their business model that they're using, and but yet still they were the biggest part of my pull list every week. The most books I bought every week were Marvel, and like this was the first week where that wasn't the case. Like I know last week there were a lot of DC books that come out, so Marvel wasn't the top one, but this was the first week where like I really began to see my pull list changing. I got 19 books, 5 from DC, 4 from Marvel. The other 10 are all independents. 1 from Boom Studios, 1 from Dark Horse Comics, 1 from Oni Press. We then have 2 from Valiant and 5 books from Image Comics. So, whichever way you count it, Marvel in 3rd place this week, and I don't know if that's going to stay that way. Are Marvel going to entice me back in? Because like I know I moan a lot about Marvel, and it isn't from a perspective of that I hate Marvel. It's because I like them so much and I care so much that I get so upset with them, because I just see the business model they're doing, and it just I think long term it's not a good model, and it's so disappointing then when you hear people like myself moaning about them, but then every time you have like how many books were sold that month and Marvel are always top. It's disappointing. But anywho, that's my Marvel moan for the week out of the way. On to the books I picked up today. First up we have The Dying and the Dead, issue number 1. I missed on this last week because of the price. It was $4.50, which I think works out as £3.75. If I realised last week it was going to be £3.75, I probably would have tried it. I just have this knee-jerk reaction. If a book's got a 4 on it, price-wise, if it's got like $4 on it, I'm like, oh, putting it back. It's just a knee-jerk reaction. But yeah, I heard that like the book is a good bargain, that you get like 60 pages for the price. Well, over 60 pages I think. So I thought I'd give it a go. Also I've heard it was good. I have no idea what it's about. I've managed to escape that much of the stories. I have no idea what it's about, but and I don't even know if it's an ongoing or a mini, but I'm looking forward to reading it. It's nice sometimes going into a book and not knowing what you're going into. Speaking of not knowing what I'm going into, next up we have Nameless, issue number 1. I find Grant Morrison a funny kind of writer, is that I never read a Grant Morrison book and say it's okay. I either love it or I hate it. He's that kind of writer. At the moment, I think a lot of the stuff that I've read of his, I've been a lot more positive about. So I thought I'd give this a go. And the other thing is, this is from Image. It's a $2.99 book. And it's that funny thing. I'll give a book a go because it's $2.99. If it was a bit more money, I would probably not give it a go. And that's where price point is so important to getting people to try something new. The rest of these books now are all off my order. We have Robocop, issue number 8. Joshua Williamson, who writes Ghosted, Birthright, and Nailbiter, writes this one. I'm really loving his writing on this. He's using the original Robocop, which I love. That first film was a classic. The sequels were like, don't even bother. But the original was really good, and I'm really enjoying this. It's amazing how much of that film I remember, and you see characters or stuff pop up in here, and you're like, yeah, I remember that. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's been a good book. We then have Hellboy and the BPRD 1952, issue number 3. I dropped BPRD Hell on Earth. I just found that book too impenetrable. I'm going to buy it in trade when I get a job, because like I feel it's one of those books you need to read in order to kind of get it. But this goes back to the beginning anyway, so it's really accessible for new readers like myself. And the first 2 issues are really good, so I'm looking forward to this. We then have Batman Eternal, issue number 4. An interesting reveal last issue. Are they going to follow up this issue, or are we going to start a new story? That's the only thing with this. But yeah, been enjoying Batman Eternal. We then have Batman 66, issue number 19. I really love this book. It doesn't blow you away in terms of quality, but it's just so much fun. And it's so cool as well to read a Batman that is just totally different from the Batman we've come to know. We then have Green Arrow, issue 39. My favourite superhero. I'm hoping this is going to be an upswing in the book. I was loving what Lemire was doing. I remember the big disappointment when I got started buying the new 52 books, and how bad Green Arrow was. It started off terrible, and it just went downhill from there. I haven't got enough words to describe how awful it was. And Lemire turned it around, and I was so proud that my favourite comic book character had one of the best books out there. It was brilliant. Every month it come out, it was the first book I read, because I knew it was gonna deliver. The new creative team, it's been a rocky path. I feel they've kind of shoehorned Felicity in. I didn't like the way they've just got rid of the previous Team Arrow. At least when Lemire introduced Diggle, he gave him a bit of history and a bit of backstory. With the way they've brought Felicity in has been really amateurish, and the story itself as well just was really poor. Last issue I felt things started to improve. I liked the team up with Green Lantern. It's still really sad that one of the things with the New 52 is we've lost that history and that friendship that Green Arrow and Green Lantern had. But it was still really good seeing them team up. There were some interesting uses of the powers, as well as, you know, the banter between the two characters really well written. And I liked where the book ended up and the direction they're taking it in. Hopefully this means we're now on an upswing, but we will see. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for the future. More hopeful than I was 2 issues ago. Next up we have Future's End, issue number 40. Oh, it's a big 4-0. I love that cover with Brainiac. This could be the issue now Brainiac's on Earth. Could be the issue where things start coming together story-wise, and all the different threads become one story. We then have Swamp Thing, issue 39. Sad that it's finishing, but it looks like Charles Soule's going to take it out with a bang. I really enjoyed what Charles Soule has done. I didn't think anyone could make me enjoy this book more than Scott Snyder had, but Charles Soule has just totally surpassed Snyder. Brilliant writing. Sad to see it finish, but at least it's going to go out with a bang. We then got Birthright, issue 5. Really enjoying this book. It's one of those books where, as much as I'm enjoying it right now, I'm even more excited for the future, and when all the different things come out that haven't come out yet, I'm really looking forward to seeing where that's going to take the book. We then have the return of Saga, issue number 25. I love what they do with Saga, the way they give it a break. I think that's a really clever idea. Really smart, recharges the creators, and it keeps us hungry for more. I'm looking forward to getting back in my Saga bubble. We then have Witches. Snyder, he's like, every time I see an interview or with him, he seems this really nice guy, nice family man, and he just writes some of the most disturbing and dark and scary stuff that you can read. Like, his Joker is the scariest villain I have ever read. And this book is really chilling. I will not be reading this by candlelight, but I am looking forward to reading it. Next up we have Avengers issue 41. I thought this was a mistake when I saw it on Comixology. I thought they'd put the wrong cover in. But no, that is actual cover. I'm guessing because like last issue they mentioned we've only got so many worlds left, that maybe we're going to go into these different worlds as we come to the end of the story. But I've been enjoying this. It's been good. Beacon of Good, we have Hulk issue number 11. This book has got good. I think one thing Jerry Duggan's done with this whole story arc of Doc Green, the Hulk, going after all the other gamma radiated heroes and curing them. We know there's a bigger plan there, but what it's done is give the book a very good focus and a direction, and it's been really good. Also, I feel Bagley's art has improved a bit since Duggan's come on board. It's got a bit more consistent, so yeah, this book's definitely getting good. We then have The Punisher issue 15. Really interested to see where we're going to go with this. Did Frank allow himself to get captured so we can find out who's behind the Howling Commandos, or has he really got out for? So yeah, interested to see where we're going to go with that. Next up we have Star Wars issue 2. Loved the first issue, didn't love the price, but I loved the first issue. This issue I'm looking forward to more of the same. I really like Jason Aaron as a writer. I really want to try, I think he's writing some stuff for Image as well. I really want to try that indie stuff as well. Because I think everything with the exception of Original Sin, which I'm just going to kind of forget that Jason Aaron ever wrote, but everything else that he's done I just really love and enjoy. And the first issue of this was spot on. I'm still a bit nervous about the artist because I remember Uncanny Avengers and the delays we had with that. I hope we're not going to have that problem with this, but first issue was great, so I'm looking forward to this one. We then have The Bunker issue number 9, which I just keep enjoying that one. Does seem a while since we had an issue. We then got Imperium issue number 1. I don't usually get variant covers, but I did this week. I got the choice of covers, which was super cool, and I picked this one. This character, Harada, I think I remember him from Harbinger. I'm still quite new to Valiant, but I did read issue 1 of Harbinger, so I'm pretty sure this character was in there. So I'm looking forward to learning more about this, because everything so far I've read of the Valiant universe I've enjoyed. And next up we have X-O Manowar issue number 33. This has been a brilliant book. Loved last week's issue. Arik was just so badass, and I'm looking forward to more of the same this issue. I don't know, this is a strange issue though. It's like Armorines finished last week, Dead Hand finishes next month. Starts next month. So what's going to go on in here? So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Should be interesting. So those are my books for this week. Something I haven't done for a while, and that is kind of let you know where I've got to with my Game of Thrones reading. The plan was I was going to read all 7 books before season 5 began. I don't think, I've just got this feeling, I don't know why, but I don't think, being still on the first book, I don't think I'm going to get through all 7 by April the 13th. Things may change, but hey. But at the moment, I'm page 563. So I've got that much book left to read. Really enjoying it. There's subtle little differences from the TV show, but I'm amazed how much they left just in the TV show that it is as it is in here. It's amazing how much they just left in and left it unchanged, but I'm really enjoying that. Hopefully, yeah, I'm hoping at least end of February I'll be finished book 1. I'm hoping I'll be well onto book 2 by then. So yeah, that's me done for this week. Thank you very much for watching my video. I will be back, all being well, either Sunday or Monday with my review video. Yeah, I think that's everything done. If you like the video, please give me those beautiful thumbs up. Let me know you like what I'm doing. Also, if any comments, please feel free to put comments below. If there's any books that you've got this week that you're excited about that I've not got, please let me know in the comments below. So yeah, so I think that's me done. I'm going to be the dutiful husband now and go and cook my wife's dinner. And while I wait for her to get home from work, I'm going to read some comics. So all that leaves me to say is thank you very much for watching my video. I've been Jason. This has been Dude's Comic Haul. Bye for now.